Welcome back to Roosevelt Live. In case you guys have never heard of this show before, Roosevelt Live is a show about opinions and some facts as well. What I try to do at Roosevelt Live is bring the thoughts of the people in the Bay Area and outside the Bay Area to the attention and the eyes and the ears of people that are listening. There's a lot of things that I will say during the segment on these shows over the next several weeks, and I believe that some of those things I'm saying is that I'm speaking for other people that may want to say, I want to say something about child support. I want to say something about racism. I want to say something about the game last week or whatever it might be. I'm simply here to be the vehicle that carries the message from what you're thinking into my ears that proceeds out of my mouth into the ears of everybody that's listening. Today's topic is, do you know where your child support money is going? Do you know that, be you a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. If you're paying child support, do you know where your money is going? Because I discovered that on the new child support debit cards, I think they're Florida debit MasterCards, and I discovered that there are people out using these cards actually to purchase things like alcohol. They're able to go into certain restaurants or places of businesses and actually sit down and purchase alcohol. Now, I'm not sure if I was paying child support, first of all, which I'm not, but if I was, I'll be highly upset to know that my hard-earned money every day that I'm working to make sure I support my children is going to someone that's actually going in and buying alcohol with my hard-earned money. Now, most men are paying child support, we know, but to not discriminate against women, there are women that are paying child support as well. So I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios, and the people out there, feel free to comment on it at some point in time, where we'll be able to give an email address, etc., so you can come in and let us know what you think about the issues. Now, I'm going to look at the case like this. I'm going to work one day and I'm working hard and I'm paying about $200 a month in child support. And then I find out that the state of Florida has a system in place where people would just go out and purchase anything they want with my money. Now, I know that the state has told people before that where your money is going simply is pretty much none of your business. It's child support, and it's there for the woman or the man to support the children. But does the state of Florida know that people are able to purchase things that are not child support related? I want everybody that's concerned about this issue to check with your ex-girlfriends or boyfriends, or check with the state of Florida and try to find out whether or not you can do something about this issue that has come to my attention. And if you don't think it's true, I suggest you check for yourself, because it is true. It's absolutely true. Now, moving on to the next topic that's related to that, it's coming to people that are out there receiving these free cell phones. Now, this was brought to my attention about a month ago, that you can actually go, and if you're on, I'm assuming some type of government program, I don't know if it's welfare, AFDC, or whatever it's called. The point is, you get a cell phone, and you get free minutes, and you even get rollover minutes. So if you don't use them, the minutes accumulate. And I'm a little bit confused because, I pay a cell phone bill, and, it costs me a little bit of money every month to do so. And I'm a little bit appalled that people can actually get cell phones for free. Now, I know it may be some people out there that don't like what I'm saying, because they're saying, hey, I need that phone to call my kids, etc., etc. That could be true, but I think the state of Florida would be better served by putting landlines in homes, so we know that the phone is being used by the children that may need to call their parents, and not cell phones that people can call friends, set up appointments, get their hair done, go to sporting events, or whatever they're doing with these free cell phones. I personally believe, in my opinion, that there should be no free cell phones, because I don't think it's necessary. If you're having problems supporting yourself, then we don't need a free cell phone. Maybe we need to pour more money into education, allowing people to learn things so they can get above the poverty level, so then they can go out and fend for themselves and buy their own phones and do the things of that nature. Now, these are just things that have been bothering me over the last several months, as I've seen people kind of moving through the system freely and untouched. And I just think that, I'm not picking on the state of Florida, but I happen to live in this state, and I like to see the state do more to control the unnecessary spending and the giveaway programs that are not needed. There's a lot of people out here, especially old people, that need assistance, that can't get it because some of the people out here are running amok through the system and no one is watching them. And I think that the Florida would be better served if we could go out and look at some of these people on case-by-case basis that actually need assistance, money, transportation, clothing, things of that nature, and even jobs. But as long as we keep giving away to people that don't deserve it, then the people that need it is never going to be able to get it. Now, I looked at a case, and I get around a lot in the streets, and I have friends and stuff, so if you're wondering where all this information is coming from, it's first-hand information. It's not something I make up, or there's something 3 or 4 people down the line told me. It's things that I know directly. Now, I noticed that Florida has a thing about putting people in Section 8 housing. And I've never been on Section 8, but I hear that it's like a supplement program, I guess, where you go in and say you can't afford the full amount for the actual house payment. So the state of Florida supplements that by lowering your monthly payment and then paying the difference to the homeowner or apartment owner, or et cetera, et cetera. Now, I know a case where a lady actually has a pool, an in-ground pool in her backyard, and I understand that she got quite a good-sized home as well, and it's a Section 8 home. I don't have an in-ground pool, and I work every day. And I got friends of mine that don't have in-ground pools, and I would like to have one, of course, but I don't. So I think that if I'm working every day and paying quite a bit amount of money in taxes, that if anybody can have one, then it should be me, along with all the other working people that are out busting their behinds every day to try to make sure their kids and their family get what they need. But then you got people out there that are being able to live better than the people that are working. Once again, not picking on the state of Florida, even though it may seem like I am, but I think the state of Florida owes the working people of this state an explanation for why this type of activity is going on underneath the watch of the governor. Not necessarily talking about the governor by name. We all know who the governor is. I'm not blaming him for everything because he wasn't the governor the entire time. This has been going on for quite a while since I've been living in his state. But everybody that's been in the governorship so far has not seemed to make the thought about that this is an important issue. And I'm sure there's a lot of people out there feel like me, that people are getting away with exorbitant amount of money of food stamps. I see people out in the grocery stores, leaving the grocery stores, driving cars better than the average person's car, but yet they come out on their Blackberries with, I'm telling you, they have major groceries. And I wish I was going to their house sometime, because the amount of groceries that they're packing when it's free because of the food stamp card, the little red, white, and blue card. We've all seen the people walk around the grocery stores with at first I thought it was a credit card, and I realized it's a food stamp card. It got the American flag on it. And I guess that's kind of a symbol to say, hey, only in America you can get away with $300, $400, $500 worth of food stamps and still be working. Because there are people out here with jobs that are working and receiving welfare every day, and it's hurting the people that really needs it. Can you imagine the old people out here that are struggling to decide whether or not they're going to pay for their prescription medicine or whether or not they're going to pay their rent? These are the people that the government should be looking at and trying to help out. People with disabilities that are around here that can't, they're disabled, so they can't work, but yet they don't qualify for any assistance, which is absolutely ridiculous as well, because if you can't work, then you should qualify for some type of assistance. But we're giving money to people that say that they're bipolar. I'm not sure what they mean by that. I know the definition of the word, but there are people out here seem to be nothing wrong with them, and they say, hey, look, I'm getting checks because I'm bipolar. I'm getting checks because I got some type of attention disorder. Well, these things are subjective. Anybody can make those statements, and so people are getting money every month, disability checks. So between the disability, the free housing, the free phones, and these new debit cards that I think was set in place to help people more conveniently receive their child support, but there are a few people out there that are slipping through the system and just simply robbing hard-working guys and girls, or men and women, should I say, that has worked hard to put that money in the pocket of their children, and it's being sucked up in alcohol. And I think that's a tragedy. And if anybody from the state of Florida is listening, I hope you start looking at those receipts that come in, or whoever is getting that information, start looking at that stuff and making sure we put a stop to this abuse, because that's what it is, absolute abuse of the system. So I want to just say on those notes alone that we have to make a difference by people speaking out, saying what's on their mind, tell their congressmen, write into their legislatures, and explain to people what's happening. So if you're not aware of the state of Florida, become aware, because I'm aware of it, and it sounds I'm aware of it. I want to make everybody else aware of it. Hey, if you listened to the show today and you was interested in something that was said, whether you liked it or disliked it, you can always give me your comments for me or against me. Reach me at liveroosevelt@gmail.com, or if you saw something today and you want to see segments of it again, you can go to youtube.com/Roosevelt Live. You can also find me on Twitter and Facebook.